Hi YouTube, it's creationsbynae, and today I'm doing Kat Von D's inspired tutorial. For those of you who don't know who she is, she is a makeup artist from California. She was on Miami Ink at one time and then moved into doing her own show called LA Ink, where she has been pretty much very popular since then, creating her own makeup line with Sephora. I won't be using all of her products, actually just one, but if you do like how this came out, please keep watching, and I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you. Next, using my MAC 129 brush, I'm going to be applying a more matte bronzer, and just applying it to the more flat side of the brush. I want to stroke it just right through the inner hollows of the cheek. Although although Kat is more fair, she does like to use bronzer to contour the face. So I'm putting that there, as well as at the hairline. And along the jawline as well. I'm blending it downwards. And now applying the same bronzer, yet using more of an angled, smaller brush. This one in particular is C104 by Maya Cosmetics. And again, using the same color, I'm just going to give the cheeks more depth. You can definitely use a shade a little bit darker. And just making it a little bit more contoured. So this is the picture of the look I'm replicating today. It's one of her more popular looks on YouTube. So now taking a well-sharpened dark brown matte pencil, I'm going to go straight into doing the eyebrows. And this particular one is, hopefully it zooms in, is Jordana. Very cheap brand. You can get it at Walgreens or your local drugstore for about 99 cents or so. And just lining it from the front. In small strokes, and she does have a very high arch. It's a lot more thicker in the front than it is at the end, and the arch is usually curved but still very sharp. Now doing the top. And connecting those two lines there, and the front. So now the last step would be to actually set the brows with a matte brown powder. I'm using an angled brush by Maya Cosmetics. Looks like that. And Smashbox Brow Kit in just a matte dark brown. And again, to set it, you just want to press it in to the brow like so. So next, using my MAC blending brush. And it's really hard to see the number on it. It's worn off. But it's just a fluffy white brush to kind of just lightly tap on the color. And the color I'm going to use for the inside eyelid is more of like a creamy kind of color. I don't want to go with like a green or a blue, although she does have her own palettes that do consist of those colors. I want to go with more of a creamy look. So I'm just going to grab the color and pat it with the brush and just tap it into the area all across the lid. taking it up to the brow through the inner corner of the eye, slightly right below the brow, also tapping that color there, and then blending it downwards. Next, taking a Clinique eyeshadow, and it's the Duo kind of color eyeshadow palette, and it's the Coffee Shop Duo. It's like almost a matte light brown, like whenever you make coffee and you put too much milk in it, just like a very pretty lighter brown shade, and just simply applying it to the brow bone and blending it as I go, using the same brush and just back and forth wiping motions. Next, using the same palette or the same Duo set from Clinique out of the Coffee Shop. It's a darker brown color, and again using the same brush, I'm going to apply it at the lower brow bone, like right where the crease is at, and inward, and back and forth motion. Just like that. Now, using a darker brown out of the Coffee Shop Duo set, I'm going to apply it with a round contoured brush just to the outer crease and tapping it inwards on the crease line. Sort of outlining a V shape by bringing it downward to the bottom as well. Now, using a clean, let's see, 224 brush by MAC, I'm just going to blend that color into the lighter shade that we just applied. And you want to keep placing it there until you've achieved the dark shade that you desire. I like to build this up and not apply too much for this look, just because it is kind of soft and messy. She's not too defined with her look. And again, going back to blend that. So now that we've completed somewhat of a light gray two-tone smoky eye, we're going to go back and define more of the V shape by adding a matte black to the crease, and just by using the same round contour brush. And to be exact, it's the outer lid right before you hit the crease line. And slowly just tapping it in there. And adding some to the bottom as well. And I'm actually dragging this black all the way at the lower lash line to the inner corner. Pretty much like that. And then again, using the same MAC 224 brush, we'll just be blending that black into the lighter browns. Or I'm sorry, into the darker brown. And back and forth motions. I'm going to be using her Kat Von D liquid liner in black. I think it's called Pour Amour. And it looks like this. And we're going to start pretty thin from the inner, work our way out to a medium type of thickness, and then the very end will be thick and winged out very lightly. And right before you go all the way down to the last lash on the top, you're going to kind of stop and start moving yourself upward, and then just wing it out very lightly. And little strokes usually is best for those who are new, or even those who've been doing it for a long time usually use little strokes just to create more of a defined and perfect line. So last what we're going to be doing for the eyes is actually adding a matte black liner to the waterline. For this I'll be using Makeup Forever's Aqua Eyes in black. And a nice liner, this one's by My Cosmetics, but just an angled liner I like best. And just dabbing it to the inner eyelid, or inner waterline, sorry. So what I'm going to do next is actually add a few stars to my face using the same Makeup Forever little liquid liner or gel liner, or just depending on how well that goes, I may end up using a little bit of my Sephora pen liner. So go ahead and just stay tuned while I draw these on really fast. They're not going to be perfect. I don't have the time or the skill to keep going on and just making them exactly like hers, but hopefully it's a good similarity for you to look at. So next what I'm going to be using is this Almay lip pencil. It's like a dark burgundy shade. The exact color actually says plum, but on me it looks a little bit like a dark burgundy shade. She goes over her lip line definitely a little bit more just to give it a fuller look, but since I already have that kind of naturally, I'm just going to stick to my natural line. Next what I'm going to do is going to apply my NARS Duo Lip Gloss Set in the color Victory. I guess is how it's pronounced. This is very pigmented. You only need very little and it's very dark. And just to top that off with more of a red shade, I'm going to be using Makeup Forever's Moulin Rouge lipstick. Really pretty shade. And just to the center of my lips. Like so. And as my final touches, I'm just using Dior's Matte Powder as the finishing lip powder. And just sweeping it underneath the eyes, in the T-zone, and at the chin. And then also just to define that jawline again, right in between the bronzer and the jawline. Right below the eye to kind of clean that up. And there you go, that's my finished look. If you like how it came out, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you don't, sorry it didn't come out the way you hoped, but I hope you do like it, and I hope you keep watching my future videos that I will be doing. Thank you so much, guys, and y'all have a great night.